Hi everyone. Here we are. We are making food for day 2. We're making garlic bread, Caesar salad, and fettuccine alfredo. Instead of making just enough garlic for this first dish, I thought we would get enough garlic for the entire menu. In every one of these recipes, there's garlic. I just thought I'd show you how I begin. You take this clove and you see it's got all these layers of kind of papery layers on top of it. And so, Grady, you can see underneath that there are cloves. And so what you do is you want to take a knife and you want to kind of pry them apart. Once you've got them in little cloves that have still a lot of paper on them, peel off a little bit on my cutting board, cut off the very top. That sets sort of this thing in motion where big pieces of that paper come off. Right, and then you've got a clove with all the paper off. I have a garlic press. My goodness, tools make the kitchen work so much faster. You can put a couple of these garlic cloves already done in here, and then you close this back up, and you have to press really hard. Let's say you don't have a garlic press.
No one has a garlic press.
Well, there are some people who might. What you're going to do is you're going to slice it up really nice and fine and thin. You don't have to have them perfect, and you don't have to have the whole, but just chop up what you can. So I'm starting to slice them then in the other direction. Yes, I'm going to start chopping them really fine. With a small paring knife, this is totally doable. This is it's a good sized knife. And what you do with this is a rocking motion, and you just go across until you've got really finely minced garlic. All right, we're going to continue on. We're going to do some more. We're peeling some more garlic. Okay, so I want to talk next about the butter. Sometimes I make my own butter. I didn't this time. So what I'm using here is Miyoko's. Sometimes I use this Earth Balance, which is a vegan butter. I like the organic one. It's quite tasty. It is not what I would consider a health food at all. And I'm very disappointed that they use palm oil. And they don't qualify their palm oil. They don't say it's sustainably sourced or anything like that. So I try not to use too much of this. Yeah, for those reasons. Miyoko's is my favorite. It is more expensive than this. And I think it's actually more delicious. It's really very, very good. It's been sitting out for about a half an hour, which is sometimes enough. If yours isn't soft, what you can do is microwave it, but only for a few seconds. Because it's oil, it's mostly oil. The microwaving works in seconds, and so you don't want it to be melted, but you want it to be softened. One other tip I want to share with you is don't put any other ingredients for the garlic bread spread. Don't put any of the other ingredients when you put it in the microwave. Those ingredients, either the garlic or the nutritional yeast, turns it into goo. Oh yes. Perfect. So what we're going for is this consistency of, I would call it soft serve. Right? Something that's stirrable, but is not separated or liquidy. From here, what we're going to do is put in our 6 cloves of garlic into this butter, and we're going to stir that up. So a nice simple 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. I buy this in bulk, because we use a lot of it. So that's not quite a 1/4 cup, and we're big fans of this stuff, so I don't think you could overdo. but a quarter of a cup is about what you want. So there is also the possibility that you could use this Follow Your Heart Parmesan substitute. We like everything to be plant-based. This is also soy-free and gluten-free. All right, so I sometimes put it right in there, but I like best to slice the bread and spread the spread and then sprinkle the Parmesan on top. So pretty. I really like these organic French baguettes from Trader Joe's. All right, so we're going to slice this all up. Don't want to go too heavy on this. Once again, this is a lot of oil, and we don't like to cook with too much oil. So not too thick. So I'm going to go ahead and spread this all over all of this bread. And then I take the Parmesan and just sprinkle it on top of it. I am going to save this for tomorrow, for when we actually eat it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these two, after I make this one up, I'm going to put these two back together again, and I'm going to put them actually right back into this this bread bag that it came in, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, and I'm going to seal it up, right? I'm going to seal it up and then cook it just before we eat it, right? So it's just fresh, coming hot out of the oven, 5-10 minutes before it's time to eat, right? You undo this, put it on a baking sheet, turn your oven on broil. This says it in the recipe, right? You turn the oven on broil, put it fairly close to the heat source, and watch it really closely because it goes pretty quickly. Anytime I put anything in the oven, I set my timer. And I usually set my timer to begin with for 2 minutes. Because you can always set it for another minute. But once it's gone too far, it's gone too far. And you can look at it and say, okay, that needs 1 more minute, or that needs 2 more minutes. You can kind of guesstimate from there. All right, but you want to watch it closely. All right. Excellent. That is garlic bread.